Do you want to see some leaves? Look at all these goofs. Good day to you, and also you. What's new, everybody? Jake here. I just got off of work. It's the first time I am filming since early September. And who knows the last time I even did a commute chat. So I thought I would just fill you in on what's been going on pretty much since August. And yeah, just kind of talk a little bit about what's to come. So first things first, and maybe you can tell, it's not summer anymore, it's fall. It's late October right now at the time of filming this on October 25th, and that's kind of one of the reasons I thought I would film it today, is because the leaves are at peak color in western North Carolina. Everything looks beautiful right now. The weather is also perfect. It got pretty cold there for a minute, and now it's pretty nice. So can't really complain. We got like a 70-degree day, and I think maybe this weekend up around 80, which is awesome. So I usually film these going to and then from work. I'm going to film this one leaving work, and I'm going to ride up through Bank Creek and then back down and back to my apartment. And where do we begin? Let's see. In early August, Tyler and I got to ride when he was up preparing for him and his fiance at the time, their wedding. We got to do a really awesome, like 75-80 mile ride where we parked at Harmon's Den and we rode up to Buzzard Roost, and then we rode through Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and then we rode out and along 40 on some Forest Service roads, and then a little bit on 40 to get to Hurricane Creek Road, and that was awesome. There's a 3-part series that I had posted to it. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out. I really put the XR150 to the test, and I'm really happy with how it performed. I think that was a really fantastic ride, and the route, if you guys want to do it yourselves, is posted in the description on my Ride with GPS page. And then a little bit later in August, I got to ride with Josh and John on the Honda Trails. Again, there's a is it 2 or 3-part series? 3-part video, I guess, that I put out of our ride that we did that day. And I think we ended up with just over 100 miles. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I got to ride with John and Josh for the very first time, and it was super cool to meet those guys and ride with them. I had a great time, and then we've hung out since, which is cool. They've ridden together since. I've been a little wrapped up with family stuff, and I was also injured for a week. Super beautiful out. Wave to that dude. He's enjoying the weather too. So in early September, the first weekend of September, me and Tyler, along with 3 of Tyler's closest friends, descended on Windrock Park in Oliver Springs, Tennessee for Tyler's bachelor party. It was a really cool experience. I got to meet all of his buddies from Florida. That would be Brandon, James, and Joel in alphabetic order. And those guys are a hoot. Brandon rides a Honda CRF 250. Joel and James and Tyler all ride KTMs. Joel was on a 250, James was on a 450, and Tyler was on a 350. And I was on the tiny little Honda XR150, and I beat the crap out of it. I mean, the stuff that we rode there put that bike to the test. And now, those guys are like super good riders, and they're like, you know, like off-road dirt bike guys. I couldn't hang with them, but it was super fun to try and chase them through everything. The only place I could hang with them was through the super rocky technical stuff, because that's a lot like the mountain biking stuff I do. But that video will be coming soon. I'm going to spend a lot of time editing that one because we had a really epic trip. Basically, we rode a little bit on Friday when all of us got there, and then we rode Saturday pretty much all day for those guys. Now, I stopped after the first half of our day, because I was getting thrashed by the little motorcycle. But more or less, somebody had a mechanical. I won't ruin any of it. And to get the bike off of the mountain was a real it was a real rescue operation. So that video will be coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And so then, a week after Tyler's bachelor trip, I drove with my grandfather, who's 93, from Tennessee, where he's currently living, back to Pennsylvania to help my younger sister move into her and my brother-in-law's first house. And I don't know, it was just really, I'm really grateful that I got to do that trip with my grandfather. And he means so much to me, and to be able to do a road trip with him like that while he's in his 90s is just special. And he got to see my sister's house, and he got to help move some of the stuff in, and I know that meant a lot to him, so I'm glad we got to do that together. So I rode up the parkway a little further just a second ago to my favorite little spot so that I can take the cover picture for this commute chat, the YouTube thumbnail picture, and it's this one. But now we're gonna pop down into Bent Creek and weave our way back towards 191. Lots of folks out. It's a nice day. I see lots of cars over here. But anyway, back on subject. So in late September, I was with my friends and I was mountain biking at Windrock Park here. And the time that I don't spend on a motorcycle, I usually spend on a bicycle. And mountain biking is my other passion. And we were cruising, and I don't know what I did. I crossed trail, looked away for a second, and just enough for me to look away in that second and go down and basically went down head first and smacked my head and shoulder just straight into the side of the hill. Oh, fuck. Good. And I actually cracked my helmet and cracked the protection material on the inside, and yeah, it was just having like lingering like neck problems for the next like week and a half. So took some time off of riding, didn't get to ride with John and Josh on a little adventure they went on down to oh my gosh, what's the name of that lake in South Carolina? I'm blanking, but anyway, Lake Jackery. Yes, Lake Jackery. So anyway, I didn't get to go with them. Super bummed about that. But we'll have more time to ride together for sure. Also, if you live in this area, they regraded this road, resurfaced it. It's as smooth as could be. You should come ride this right now while it's nice and not washed out. Although there is a giant bump right there that they forgot about, I guess. And that brings us to October. And earlier this month, I turned 30 years old. I had my 30th birthday. It was really nice. I was off of work that day. Got to hang out. Kelsey and I got out on the motorcycle together. We took the little XR 150 actually up through Bent Creek and down into Mills River and out across Yellow Gap Road, and that was a good time. She took some cool pictures. I'll pop one of them right here. She's a great photographer. She has just the most artistic eye I've ever seen. Dig deep, man. That's a long climb. But we got to spend the day together. And then the very next day we went and saw Gregory Alan Isakov, who's her favorite musician and probably my number 2. Shaky Graves is my favorite. But we saw him at Rabbit Rabbit in downtown Asheville, and that was such a good show. If you ever get the opportunity to see him and you like his music, go do it, because he rocks. And then 1 week after my birthday, my absolute best friend, Tyler, who you've seen in the videos with me, Hurricane Creek, from his soon-to-be bachelor trip video to Windrock, to fooling around Asheville, right? Town in Elk Mountain, we've done all those videos together, right? He got married to his absolute sweetheart, Alicia, and I got to be the best man at his wedding, at their wedding, and it was one of the biggest honors of my life. I met Tyler a decade ago in college. We were teammates on the cycling team, then we were roommates, and we've just been best friends since. Countless adventures and doing dumb things. Too many adventures to name. Very cool to see your friends reach milestones like that in their lives. And I got to see Tyler's whole family. I haven't seen Tyler's mom and dad and sister and grandma and grandpa in like 9 years. 9 years. Wait, is that 14, 15? 8 years. It was so cool to see them. So shout out to Mr. and Mrs. H, because they watch all these videos, and Jamie, and it was so cool to see you guys, and I'm stoked to get to ride motorcycles with you, hopefully in the near future. It was just so awesome to get to see everybody. And that brings us to now. What's next? Well, I didn't really get to do the adventures I had planned to do this summer, and that's just the way that life goes. I'll get out and do the Smoky Mountain 500 and Mid-Atlantic Backcountry Discovery Route next year, hopefully. But for now, I have some cool stuff planned. Kemimoto is having me test and review some of their stuff. I'm not being paid to do it. I just get free product samples and I get to test them out. So I did the passenger foot pegs that are on the Honda Trail. And I have this cool handlebar bag that I'll have a video of in the near future. Sorry, I was burping. And I also have their new heated motorcycle gloves, but you can see because it's in the 70s today, I don't have those on. So I will have those videos out soon as well. And if all goes well, I am going to try and get down to the Turkey Trot, which is a ride down outside of Pensacola that Tyler, Brandon, James, Joel, Mr. and Mrs. H, Tyler's sister Jamie, they're all going to be there for. So hopefully I'll get down there to hang with everybody, and maybe there'll be a video of that. The only way it won't is if I can't fix my car. I have a goofy little Kia Sportage SUV, and the 2 rear struts on it are blown out, probably from transporting the XR150. And yeah, so I gotta fix that first. And if you watch my channel and you live in Asheville or live in North Carolina and you're selling a pickup truck, hit me up. I'm looking for a pickup truck so that I can get more places a little bit easier with the motorcycles. And I'll be having more commute chats coming out. In the winter months, it's a little easier for me to be consistent with these, just because I'm not going on these crazy long adventures because it's so cold. But if you have any questions for me about the XR150 or the CT125, or just any questions in general that you want to ask, drop them down below and I will do my best to answer them in the next commute chat, which will hopefully be in a week or two. Well, anyway, we are back on pavement. We're coming out of Bent Creek and we're about to hit 191. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll have more out in the near future. You guys rock. Thank you, and until next time, peace.